I was not always a lead pastor. When I started in the ministry, boy, a long time ago, June 6, 1979, in Ontario, Oregon, I was called to a farm/ranching community. Friends, I always thought that farm food and ranch food, I never even thought of it that way. I always thought that stuff came from Albertsons or Safeway. I didn't realize how the supply chain works with food, but I gotta tell you, these were salt to the earth people. I started with 5 kids in my first youth group, and within 2 years we were at about 130, 140 kids. And these kids, many of them went on to become missionaries. There's 2 that became pastors, and actually there's 3. One of them is still the lead pastor of that church that we left 40 years ago. That's pretty exciting, isn't it? And I was reflecting on, when do these kids really get their world rocked for Jesus? When do they really come to a place of making decisions, making commitments, following through in the process of discipleship? It's often youth camp or a youth retreat. There's this specific moment in time where they realize that Jesus is the lover of their soul. Friends, we have a youth camp that's coming up in less than a month. And living here in Hemet, we have been blessed. This is not a rich community. It's a faithful community, as much as I know this community, because I know you. And you have been incredibly faithful. Everything we've asked you to commit to, you have committed to, and often above and beyond. I mean, we helped to make the final payment to have an accredited school in Monterrey, Mexico. You did that, thousands of dollars coming from this little place. And I could give you example after example of people that are coming to know Jesus and becoming disciples because of your faithfulness. Friends, our youth ministry here, it is vital not just to the present, but to the future. Here's the reality of the law of the sea. I'm a baby boomer. Maybe you're a generation nexter. Maybe you're an older millennial. Here's the facts. If we don't pour into Gen Z, this younger generation, what will the condition of the church be in the future? Now, it's $300 plus per student, friends, and I need you to get behind this. Now, I know many of you have already done this, but the reality is, for some of these kids to come up with $100 will be a major accomplishment. And we have a zero tolerance policy here in Hemet. We will not let any of these kids not get their opportunity, their Kairos moment to connect with Jesus. It's important. So as your pastor, I'm asking you to sponsor a portion of a child, or maybe you can do a complete child at $300 plus. I think it's $310, $315. The number doesn't matter. The reality is, getting these kids to camp does. Here's what I know. We're going to get them there one way or the other. And usually it's the one way, which is you and me. Marge and I are behind this, and I want you to join us in this as well. Friends, the Lord said that I've come that you might have life and have it more abundant. Here's what I know. We've had an abundant life. You've had an abundant life. It's time for us to ensure this next generation has an abundant life as well.